That's why.
You remove.
They are those protrude them good already. Roots.
Some of those, sorry, so that it sits down. Hold it first up. Hold it up. Our Executive Director of National Environment. Move over to the one. You leave it until it reaches that time to work down there. Put from the other side. Put from that side. Sit out. That's the last.
These ones are eggplants. As you see, they are becoming ready and we are about to harvest them, but they are still growing. When they grow, we shall eat them with our fellow pupils. These ones are the spinach. As you see, they are still young because we have just transplanted them from our nursery bed. Now they are here. If they grow, we shall eat them and we shall share with our friends and fellow pupils who helped us in these things. These ones are the spring onions. These spring onions, they have grown in the way of spraying them, watering them, and manuring them. We prevent them from dying, but these spring onions, we eat these leaves. So far, these spring onions, we have eaten them 5 times. Yeah, that's the These ones are habitat berries. They are still growing, but as you see, these are the fruits they are putting. We are about to harvest them, but they are still growing as some of them like this one. growing. If you put them in the garden, they will spoil our soil, our fertile soil, like these ones. These ones, if you catch, like put everywhere in the garden, they reduce on the soil fertility and our crops will not grow well. And some of them will grow when they are not healthy. This one is the compost manure. It is got from other plant parts like the leaves, like the leaves of the trees, leaves of the fruits themselves, and the leaves of the vegetables. This one helps the soil to be good so that we put it back in the garden, and that helps the plants to grow well. This one is carbon ash. As you see this carbon ash, they don't put it direct to the garden. If you put it direct to the garden, it might kill the crop. But this carbon ash prevents the diseases from attacking our plants. That's what I have to speak. So I'm called Monje M Trevor, and I'm the head boy of Stepping Stones. And this school of ours is called Stepping Stones Learning Center. This project we get more things like, because some of our fellow pupils have ulcers, they benefit because they don't eat beans. It's what helps them. And if I have this garden at home, let me say that this garden is mine at home. If like I don't come to school because I don't have school fees, I can get these vegetables and I go and I sell. If I sell, I might get some money for the school fees. Now, me, as I'm saying, as a leader, because this garden is here, it has helped us to improve our skills in farming. And because now we know many things in farming, we can go home and create our gardens. It's what it has made us get, and now we know more skills about farming and everything. It's why they want to add for us this piece so that we add on in our farming. As you see, because agriculture is dying, more people will try to say that let us improve on agriculture, because how can young children do when they are doing this one for us, we are not doing it? They'll say let us improve in agriculture. You see those people who are trying deforestation, now they are trying afforestation. It's what will improve in this agriculture practice which we are trying out to practice.
Your name once again? Your name?
Monje M Trevor.
I am Amede Edith Ruth. I come from Kampala, and my school is Stepping Stones Learning Center. So the reason we plant these trees, one, they help to beautify the compound or the community. They act as windbreakers for our homes or buildings. They also help us with timber, firewood. We planted them because it is also a source of income. Like that one, evergreen. We also plant it because it modifies the climate. It is there. It can't dry up because it can mature in every condition. And it is called evergreen, that one. Like us, the young generation of this country, if it comes to a breakout of floods, these trees help us to reduce the rate of flowing water. And they also control soil erosion. Like we are in the slopes of mountains, so they help us to control soil erosion. To my fellows, as we are breaking down for holidays, I advise you to plant trees at home because they act as windbreakers for our buildings at home. Our dear parents, we have to really plant these trees so that they may even help us, the young generation. They are are helpful to us in future. So how, if you don't have the clay soil, you can buy that loam soil, so that it makes it easy for you to plant them at home. So let's plant these trees to beautify the compound and to help us. I remain Amede Edith Ruth, P6 class. I come from Stepping Stones Learning Center, the head girl. Thank you.
I'm by names of Motevitive and Kamia, a student at Stepping Stones Learning Center. I'm in primary 7. I'm here to present the importance of planting trees as we have planted here at Stepping Stones. 1. Those trees beautify the environment, and even they beautify the school compound. 2. They act as wind breaks in case of strong wind. 3. They modify climate. I advise my fellow pupils here to practice agroforestry, even to plant trees so that we beautify the environment. The importance of trees at home. Those trees provide pupils with shade. Those trees provide pupils with fruits. Those trees are sources of income in case of timber when they are sold. I advise parents to help their children in case of planting trees so that we beautify the environment. I remain Motivative and Kamia, a pupil of Stepping Stones Learning Center. I'm in primary 7 for God and my country, Uganda.
At Stepping Stones Learning Center, we value practical education. We emphasize environment conservation. We emphasize skilling children in urban farming. Well, urban farming is particularly important because most of these children come from the urban area where land is a big constraint and food prices are soaring. And most families depend on food which they do not know the source. So by equipping these learners with that skill, they not only have enough food at school, balanced food, green vegetables, but also when they go back home, they will be able to implement some of these skills and ensure that they have enough nutritious food at home. You see, we emphasize mainly vegetables because vegetables are high in micronutrients, but besides being high in micronutrients, they're almost eaten on a daily basis. So if you look at the budget, it takes quite a reasonable chunk of the budget. So if they can plant this at home, then it will save them a lot of money at household level, but also they will have safe and nutritious food available. We particularly planted this during the dry season because we know climate change is a challenge and want our children to be able to grow these vegetables even during the dry season, not only during the wet season. Now back to tree planting. It is part and parcel of what we do here, and the children take a leading role in the planting of the trees. And why do we want them to take a leading role in the planting of the trees? Is we want them to appreciate at an early age that there is an intricate link between the trees they grow or the lack of trees and the current climate challenges that we are facing. And one way of surely combating this is by regreening the environment. We encourage the pupils when they go back home to go with a seedling and they go and plant at home. We also encourage our parents to buy for these children the seedlings and they plant at home so that they teach their fellow children, they teach their parents, but also they practice these skills at home. Imagine if they plant fruits now, by the time they're in university, they could be selling some of them, and that can help them address some of the immediate needs at home, like they will need for going to school. For us, because as you know, we lost Dr. Tom Okurut, who is one of the people synonymous with the environment. He worked with NEMA for a long time as Executive Director, and he also worked with the Lake Victoria Basin Conservation Organization. So we believe planting trees in his memory is a befitting way of appreciating what he lived and worked for. So tomorrow we are going to lay him to rest, and we would like our children to emulate examples of such great people. When they begin to to associate with great people at this age, they will also work towards even greater heights than that. May his soul rest in peace. The first thing that we do here is when parents come to school, we give them the opportunity to look at what the children are doing so that they appreciate it, because once you see something, it's different from when you are told. So those parents that see it, admire it. So what then they do is when the children go back home, would like the children to give the parents a list of requirements, the inputs they need to start up this thing. For example, basically they need sacks, they need good soil, they need manure, they need pesticides, and then they need the seeds. So if they are given that, these children can be able to plant some of these vegetables at home. And then they will be able to tell the parents how to maintain these vegetables even when they are back at school. So the most important is for the parents to provide the support in terms of, first of all, appreciating the importance of the project, and then providing the children with the seeds, the inputs they need to do the work. But also we would like the children to go back home and explain these things to the parents, and even give them a simple budget on what they need to set up these gardens at home. First of all, the best time you ever have to implement to instill a mindset change in our learners is when they are young. As you know, most people out there don't like agriculture. They associate it with a dirty job. They always think, when I finish school, I want to become a doctor, I want to become an engineer. But what we're telling these children is, one, they can become professional agriculturalists. Two, even if they are engineers, they are doctors, they are teachers, they can still practice agriculture in a commercial way, where they're able to get enough food and they're also able to sell for an income. It's quite interesting that some of the parents who have been so supportive in this project are professionals in other fields. So it means a lot to these children when they see you, the professional, the teacher, their parent, participating. Then you'll see that that mindset change will begin to develop. But also, practically, agriculture, Uganda's comparative advantage in the region is in agriculture. So what we need to be doing is to practice that agriculture, which will give us a competitive edge in the food chains of the region. Then there, our agriculture will be seen as a truly rewarding profession. As you know, the children are breaking off for holidays very soon. The first and most important thing is their safety at home. So when the children come home, ensure they are safe. Don't take their safety for granted, because there are so many people who are targeting children for the wrong reasons. There is also a lot of literature which is being promoted as good, but in actual fact it is not user-friendly. So we need to be careful of the gadgets the children have access to, the hours they watch TV, the people they move away with. Now, since the children are particularly coming with this practical skill, we would like to interest our parents to learn from the children. Gone are the days when we think that as an old man, you cannot learn from the child. You can definitely learn from your child. Learn from the children and practice this. And by the way, we are not only onto this, we also have goat rearing, and very soon we shall introduce poultry and rabbits to the school. So these are all very practical skills for our children. Enter. Keep our person. Our person. Hey. Don't pound the trees. Don't pound the trees.